Excuse me, buddy, I need the table, please. I know you're super cozy, but I set this up for me. Will you get up for me, please? There we go. Thank you, Bubba. Thank you, Bubba. I'll give you a little leche later, okay? You want the leche later? Suntory 196, if you want to sponsor me, hit me up, baby. I love these things. I do want to thank the actual channel sponsor, Evike. They went ahead and sent me an Autobot, which I'm going to be doing a review and video with soon. Stay tuned for that. Hit the like and subscribe button if you want to see that. If you want to go check out the Autobot for yourself, which is an automatic reloading device for your magazines, go check out the link in the description below. It really helped me out. The more you guys support me on this, the more I'll be able to do product reviews and other things with this stuff, which would be amazing for me. I plan on doing a lot of Airsoft content in the future, so stay tuned. Like and subscribe if you want to see that as well. This is my old reliable. This is an AR500 plate carrier. I've got level 4 plates in here from Hoplite. I really like Hoplite. There's a guy that does a bunch of plate tests on YouTube that kind of proved to me that these were awesome plates that I wanted to use. If you want to check out his channel, I'm going to put the link in the comments below. Figured I would take this off so we could take a better look at it together. So on the front side, all you can see is basically I have a bunch of magazines up here. Having a lot of magazines on you is extremely important. If you've been watching any of the Ukraine footage or anything like that from actual Modern Combat, people are using a lot of magazines. A lot of people, if you watch Garand Thumb, they're basically saying that 13 magazines is the average for the current modern loadout. So on this loadout, on my direct person, I have 9 magazines that I can access, 3 on the front of my plate carrier, and then I've got 3 on my belt, which I'll talk about more in a second here. On the side here, I've also got a tourniquet. That way on my plate carrier, I've got some kind of medical. This is all the medical that I've got on my plate carrier. The other thing is on my belt. Talk about that in a little bit again. The only thing that I'm not crazy about that I will change on this plate carrier, I have not yet for whatever reason, even though I've been using this plate carrier for like 10 years now, is the shoulder pads. I'm going to change it to the Faro Concepts like wraps that they sell that you can just kind of slide on. These have a tendency to slide back and forth, which really bothers me when I'm running around, especially doing like airsoft or training, which I use this plate carrier for both of. I forget if I mentioned that already or not. I don't know, I keep doing that. But that's something that really bothers me about that. And I feel like if I get the Faro Concept sleeves, that they would, I think it's Faro, they would go ahead and slide all over this, as well as they would cover the buckle in the back, which on occasion bothers me, but for the most part, I honestly don't even notice that the buckles are there. If you couldn't see them before, these are the buckles that I was talking about. Or on the side here, I used to keep a radio pouch on the opposite side, on my left side here. I've taken it off just because the pouch and radio that I have weren't meshing well together. I learned during some airsoft games. The pouch that I had was basically bigger than the radio. I have a bow fang. I really need to get like some kind of Kydex carrier for it to fit better in the pouch. It sloshes about, which if I leave the radio on when I'm running, occasionally it will hit the button, which causes, you know, feedback basically. And my teammates were like, shut the fuck up. So I basically ended up leaving my radio off and only intermittently changing it to, or turning it on, so that way I could like, you know, get updates on whatever was happening or where I needed to be. Currently, I've just taken it off altogether because I don't have people that I'm like really radioing with, as well as until I get the actual like Kydex carrier for it, I figured I might as well just take it off because it's not really like that useful to me. The other thing that I need for it is the longer wire, whatever it's called, antenna, because with the current antenna that I have, it's very like short range. Yeah, I can only talk to people like up to like 500 yards away, and it has to be relatively clear between us. Like there can't be a whole lot of like elevation, I've learned. Otherwise, I'm not able to really like talk to people very clearly. On a good day though, I have been able to get the Baofeng to go up to like 2 miles before with one of my buddies that I was testing it with, which was pretty good in my opinion. I think it was 2 miles. It was at least 1 mile to 2 miles, something like that. So they are decent radios, but I just need a better antenna for it. A lot of people are switching over to other radios right now from what I've heard. So the Baofeng is kind of like the old standard. There is a new standard now, supposedly. A lot of this stuff I do need to update. This is just like the thing that I've been using, which is honestly a great starter point for a lot of people. AR500 plate carriers are wonderful. I really like my Hoplite plates. They fit wonderful. For the most part, I really can't say anything negative about this stuff other than the shoulder pieces. As you can see also on the side here, I use the slit cummerbund. I don't like to have a bunch of thick stuff on my sides. I am thinking about with my next cummerbund, maybe doing some like side pockets and stuff here, maybe putting some level 3 plates on the side. I'm not sure yet. I just really like the lightweight capability and having it really slim, because it lets me be able to like move a lot easier, especially since I carry a bunch of mags on my side here. Moving on to the back of the plate carrier, I will put a link in the description below for the back panel that I got. I got this off of Amazon and it's been wonderful. It's got 3 pockets on here, one for a hydration bladder, which you can see I'm running through the left side. One is just a big old backpack pocket, which you can store a whole bunch of stuff in. I typically carry like snacks, water, a lot of water. So I carry the hydration pack, but then like when I'm doing airsoft or other things like that, I will also carry water bottles. Your hydration pack can pop if you are to like fall on your back or something like that. So it is good to also have extra waters, or in case a buddy needs it, which is typically what I carry the extra waters for when I'm playing airsoft. Is a lot of people will end up getting like dehydrated or something like that, and you don't want to have, you know, somebody die of heat on the field. So it's good to carry extra water for other people just in case they're not carrying their own. I don't have anything on the Molly here because I don't have any kind of like grenade systems or anything like that that I use currently. I am looking into that. I know IWA, I think is the company that's doing it right now, has a lot of like cool flashbang devices and things that I am very interested in. They're also working on some pepper spray grenades, and they have like smoke bombs and stuff. I think all that stuff is really cool, and I am going to get into that. But I think I'm going to do that with my next kit, which I'll talk about at a later date. And then I've got the bottom pocket here as well, which I'll usually carry. I don't have a bunch in here right now, but I'll carry like extra batteries or medical items in here. I've taken them all out right now, so I don't have anything to take out at the moment. But typically, I do have some medical items in here. Not for myself, not like an IFAK. It's just like maybe an extra tourniquet, wrap, bleed pads, things like that. Figured I'd take my belt off too, so you don't have to stare directly at my crotch as I'm talking about this stuff. Oh shit, that's something I forgot to mention. Actually, before jumping onto the belt, I'm so sorry, I forgot to mention, these are G-code holsters that I've got from the front of my plate carrier here. I have basically 3 high-speed reload holsters that I like to call them, and I've got 3 low-speed holsters for magazines, as I like to call them. These basically have the loop and hook things over the tops. That way, even if I get jostled about, these for sure are not going to get removed from my body. And then these hold really well. I cannot say enough good things about these. G-Code is an amazing company. I really like these magazine holsters that they make, or carriers, whatever you want to call them. These are wonderful. I highly recommend them. I don't have a sponsor for this, but I would still recommend to go check out the company anyway. And then for the internal one that I've gotten here, it's kind of just like a random one that I think I got either from AR500 or I got it off of Amazon. I don't actually remember, but you can pretty much go find stuff like this about anywhere. These are super cheap. And I guess I'll do a little close up if you want to see my patches as well. I've got the Life is an RPG. Don't max out the wrong stats because I love Final Fantasy as well as Life is truly an RPG. And then I've got the Stars badge over there because I'm a huge Resident Evil fan, as if you couldn't tell. Now back to the belt. This is also a G-code little holster here that I've got for a flashlight. This is technically meant for a pistol magazine. I used to have a bunch of these for pistol magazines, but I don't like the way that they actually work with pistols. They don't retain the magazine very well as like the top ends up like sliding off of Glock magazines, I've noticed. So I would kind of do this weird thing where I'd like starfish it over the top, but that would end up making it harder to actually like draw the magazine out. So I ended up just like dropping that all together. The belt itself is from Blue Alpha Gear. I will also say none of this other stuff is sponsored. The only sponsor that I have is e-bike. But the belt is a Blue Alpha Gear belt. When I first got it, it was amazing. It's still really good, but I will say the rigidity of it, especially since I put weight on it, has not held up like almost at all. I'm gonna switch over. I'm gonna be switching over to the Core Essentials belt here pretty soon. I've used Core Essentials. I've used Core Essential belts for years. This is my like daily carry, daily wear belt, whatever you want to call it, that I've used for I think like 6 years now. And it still is rigid as all hell. And I've worked a lot of crazy jobs with it. It's not, you know, it's just a belt. It's not like a battle belt. So it's not like the toughest or whatever, but it's still really rigid, really tough for what it is. It's held up really well. It hasn't fallen apart at all. It still looks pretty new other than some like frays on the edges. It's still held up really well. And I've done a lot in this belt. I'm not saying that Blue Alpha Gear is bad either. They make wonderful stuff. I do like their belts. I have 3 belts from them. Actually, 2 are not battle belts. They're just like daily carry belts as well with the Velcro that you can like change and stuff. One of them's like the splatter paint one. This one, to be specific, the good one that they used to make with the Cobra buckle and the like the Velcro on the side. These were really good belts. These were like thick and all that stuff. They make them thinner now as well. That's another reason why I kind of don't like them anymore. And I have tried to reach out to them and ask them to make their belts thicker and go back to that other stuff, because they've started really focusing on their like light series, which I'm not a fan of, but I'll digress on that for now. Back to the belt. This is a Safariland holster that I've got on the typical Safariland QLS setup, whatever you want to call it. I think that's what it's called. The holster is an ALS holster. I don't know what exact number, but it's the one that's made for a Glock 17. This is my Glock 17 for those that haven't seen it yet. This is a Mountain Man Gear medical bag for my IFAK. I really like this because it has literally like everything you can think of. If you were to get lit up with bullets, this has just about everything you need to fix you up for a lot of holes. So I really like this kit. It's also got some stuff for some other types of injuries other than just regular holes. So I highly recommend them. Again, not sponsored, but I think this is a really cool IFAK. But with that being said, this is also something that I'm going to be eventually replacing or completely like doing away with and doing something different with, because it does not remove from the belt very easily. So I have to basically dig behind me to take out things if I were to have to use this thing, which I'm not crazy about. You know, I can just take the whole belt off, you know, do all that if I'm, you know, whatever, but that's not something that I think I want to do if I'm in an actual active combat zone. I don't want to have to take off my gear so that I can get medical safe, because if I got to move again after that, after I'm patched up some, I don't want to have, you know, loosen, you know, all that stuff basically. The dump pouch here, I'm not going to say the brand that it's from because I don't like these people. I haven't for a long time now. I unfortunately still have a couple of their products. For those that know what this is, you know, you could say in the comments below if you want who this dump pouch is made by. They all kind of look the same, so it doesn't really matter. I am going to be eventually replacing this one that has some kind of like bungee system that I can close the top off with, because I'm not crazy about the open pouch ones. This one, because it has a little bit of a like flap over the top as well, it hasn't like thrown a ton of stuff out for me when I am like running and using it and stuff, but it's also not been the greatest either for me. So there's just reasons why I want to change it out, other than I don't like the company. And then like many other people, I've got STAC magazine holsters on the rest of my belt. I did used to have G-code holsters here as well. I had the ones where I also had like the pistol magazine on top of the rifle magazine. I ended up getting rid of those because I found that when I would run, the pistol magazines would often like jostle out from its holster. And that's a no-no for me. I don't want to end up losing my magazines just because I'm running. If I get thrown from, you know, something crazy, that's different. I'm gonna get messed up anyway, and things have gone sideways at that point. But if I'm just running, I don't want to lose my stuff. So that ended up kind of making me change my stuff. That's when I ended up trying the other holsters that they make for stuff. Wasn't crazy about those, and I ended up just going with STAC. A lot of people use STAC, and I learned that these are really good. What I did was, these are really funny actually. If you go look at the description for these magazines, it literally says like, these are kind of stupid or some shit like that. It's funny. I went with these though because I do rely on my secondary as kind of a primary. I basically treat it like I'm carrying 2 primary weapons. I try to train pretty hard with my handguns. I haven't been over the recent years, unfortunately, but I'm still pretty good rifle. But I do want to get back to that. It also helps with ARs. If you're using an AR platform, once you've dispersed about like 180 to 200 rounds, you have a chance for your barrel to just cook bullets off, which is not a good idea. So in my opinion, it's good to be able to switch over to something else, you know, dispense some rounds with that, let your rifle cool for a couple seconds or whatever, and then switch back to it. It's all dependent on how you're shooting though. That it's not like that's gonna happen every time that you know, have to shoot 180 rounds. You've seen a lot of videos, I'm sure, where people are doing that and they're not having any problems afterward. It's the delays between bursts that really matter. Inside these though, I don't have the ones that are actually meant for Glock magazines. I like a really tight fit, so I actually have the 2011 style inserts inside the pistol magazine side. So like I said, this is the kit that I've been using for the better half of like 10 years for both Airsoft and real training. For Airsoft, I've honestly only played about a dozen games in like full kit. Altogether, this is about 55 pounds, if I remember correctly. The plate carrier, last time I weighed it, without water, is about 30 pounds. The belt is actually about like 25 pounds, like straight up. It's the magazines, like it's straight up the magazines. My left leg gets way more of a workout than my right leg. But this is a great way to start if you guys are interested in getting into this stuff. I have ran this with the plates in it for Airsoft games as well. It's been super comfortable. I really like the mesh that they put on the inside of the AR500 plate carriers. From what I've seen, a lot of other brands just have like a flat insert or you know, plate insert for the inside, which I've heard a lot of people say doesn't give you like good airflow and all that stuff. I've had great airflow in my opinion with this, even though I do get hot, I do get sweaty, but I still feel like I have, you know, I'm breathing. Like I don't feel like I'm like uptight and like extra sweating because I'm wearing this. Like the mesh really helps. It also adds a lot of comfort. So when you're running about and you do have plates or something like that, you know, in here, even if you have like the fake, just weighted plates or whatever, the cushion is really nice. And even 10 years later, mine still has like a lot of really good cushion in it, just to like speak for it. And I've worn this thing a lot and I've done a lot in it. Like I've literally been like tossed and dragged in this plate carrier when I was like you know, when I was like down in Airsoft or whatever. It's a little tattered looking and dirty or whatever, but it's old reliable, it works. If you guys want to see more Airsoft content or real steel content, as the Airsofters call it, please hit the like and subscribe button down below. If you want to check out Evite, go to the description down below. Other than that, have a good one. Thank you for watching. Bye guys.